defender in his field of view.
1st and 10, Dogs at the Alabama 32. We're moving to our right here in the fourth quarter, down by 5. Out of the pistol, play fake. Bennett steps up in the pocket. He'll be squeezed and sacked. Back outside the 40-yard line, or maybe right on the 40, Dallas Turner, the linebacker, one of a handful of players that got in there with hard pressure by the Alabama defense, and they dropped Bennett for a loss back on the 40, and that's an 8-yard loss, and now we're behind the sticks again.
Yeah, boy, Alabama brought corner fire as well on that. Just brought the house. Stetson never saw it.
4 sacks in the game for the Crimson Tide defense. Georgia has 1 tonight. So it's 2nd down and long for the Dogs. 2nd down and 18 from the Alabama 40. Bennett unloads, deep ball, flag down, going to the end zone. A.D. Mitchell fights. He makes the catch. Yeah, touchdown in the right corner, but check a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Far side of the field.
That may be offsides on Alabama. We'll have to see. It's either going to be a false start on the Dogs.
I don't know if you could hear it. The Dogs are in front. The penalty was against Alabama. 40-yard touchdown strike. Bennett to A.D. Mitchell in the back right corner of the right end zone.
And a great block by James Cook. Alabama again brought pressure. Stetson Bennett, great job of just sliding his feet and clearing his passing lane. James Cook able to come underneath and deliver a fantastic blow to give Stetson Bennett time to throw that football.
Dogs will go for 2 here. Ball's on the near hash with Georgia moving to our right. It's a 1-point Georgia lead with 8:09 to play in the national championship. Dogs will try to go up 3 if they convert here. Cook is in the backfield. Bennett's in the shotgun. He's going to ride Cook to the left, give it to James. It's a race to the corner. They'll grab his shirt around his waist and tug him down by his shirt tail. Cook never got past the 5, running wide to the left. So the 2-point conversion fails as Turner makes the tackle for Alabama on the extra point try, or the 2-point conversion try, I should say. But Georgia's in front, 19-18 with 8:09 to go. We've got a timeout here in Indianapolis. Our second half is brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. 19-18, our new score. Dogs lead Alabama.
I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the guy...
Tied with 8:09 to go. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Jake Camarda has it teed up on the 35, ready to kick it away from left to right. A measly old 1-point lead with a lot of time remaining. Better to be in front than not, however. Like, winning is better than losing, duh. All right, here's the kick by Camarda. Going to land in the back of the end zone and over the back line on the bounce for the touchback. Alabama will have the possession at the 25-yard line.
Well, the Dogs have got a once-in-a-generation defense at their disposal. Now's the time that they have to flex their muscle.
Davis and Wyatt and Trayvon Walker out front. Nolan Smith, one of the linebackers, along with Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean. And Bryce Young will work with 1 receiver to his left and 3 to the right. And Robinson in the backfield as he works out of the shotgun. Now they slide the tight end in motion as an extra blocker, handed off to Robinson, trying to fight for yards to the left. He's wrapped up, wrestled, and slung to the ground by Jordan Davis on this near side at the 23-yard line. Wyatt shot through his gap, forced Robinson to run out a little bit wider than probably wanted to, and then big number 99, once he had 4 in his grips, he wasn't letting loose.
Boy, great penetration there by the Georgia front.
Loss of 2, Z. They're behind the sticks for a change. 2nd down and 12 on the 23. Robinson breaks out to the right out of the backfield. Lines up widest to the right. Young talks to his line. Now back in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Deep ball. One-on-one coverage. And and overshoots his target. He had Hall running over there on the far side in man-to-man coverage with Darian Kendrick, who had 2 picks and was the defensive MVP in the Orange Bowl against Michigan. And that was an overthrow and an incomplete pass.
Well, nice job there by Kendrick getting his head turned around. Perfect coverage, exactly the way you draw it up.
Big third down coming up for the Dogs defense here. 7:21 to go in the game. Georgia 19, Alabama 18. Third and long, 3rd and 12 from the 23 for the Tide. 3 receivers to the right, 1 in short, in close to the left. Snap to Young in the shotgun. Robinson stays in to block. Young throws, and the ball off the body, in the air, and then incomplete on the turf. It hit Slade Bolden on a crossing route from the right, and between the hash marks, the ball came zipping in, hit his body, and then bounced away, incomplete. It's 4th down for Alabama. That may have hit, I think Poole made the play on that. William Poole got a hand across the body. That's why it deflected away. A tremendous play by Poole.
Yeah, it was hip to hip with Bolden there running down, able to get his arm out in front of Bolden to knock it away. And a good job there by the Alabama offensive line. Gave Bryce Young plenty of time to throw that football. The secondary able to step up.
4th and 12. We come after it. We don't get it. Burnett will kick it away. And Kieris Jackson shifts to his left as he floats over for the fair catch at the 37 or 38 yard line. And Georgia will have the ball in a 1-point lead, and 7:10 to go as a 39-yard punt for Alabama.
I like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
Mr. Gronkowski, USAA is for the military community and their families. That's what makes us special.
Oh, but I'm special.
USAA, only for the military community.
Now, your caramel frappe in the morning can earn you a free McChicken in the afternoon. Because every order earns points with new My McDonald's Rewards. Download the app today to start earning free McDonald's.
I get all paddleboarding and a hard wind came in and it's pushing me off the sea.
It's pushing you off the sea?
Yeah. I'm pretty far out in the ocean. I've been stuck up here for a couple hours.
All right, so it's getting a little hairy.
I can't fight the wind anymore.
We're going to send for a water rescue, okay?
Thank you.
No, don't appreciate nothing. We have everybody coming for you.
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, made by a company whose EVs have gone 5 billion miles. For every highway, every driveway, and every speedway. And where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
Great razors get borrowed. Right now, get a 6-blade razor set for only $10 in stores and online.
These days, everyone's staring at screens and watching their spending. Good vision is more important than ever, but so is saving. That's why America's Best includes a free eye exam when you buy 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. Book an exam online today.
Getting your favorite restaurants delivered to your door just got better. Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. It's our promise to deliver the food you love on time and give you the lowest price. Or you'll get $5 off your next order. Experience your food just like the restaurant intended. That's the Grubhub Guarantee.
With 7:10 remaining. Here's a scoreboard update brought to you by Merriweather and Tharp, the Atlanta divorce team. Not a lot of action going on tonight in other areas of sports, but we'll tell you that our men's basketball team will be back in action Wednesday night at Mississippi State, a 7 o'clock game, and then at home again on Saturday at 6 o'clock to host Vanderbilt. Women's basketball team plays again on Monday at Missouri, and the gymnastics team will have a meet at Kentucky on Friday. That's all Georgia athletics coming up this week. Brought to you by Merriweather and Tharp, the Atlanta divorce team. 7:10 to go. 4th quarter. Georgia with a 1-point lead in the ball on her own 38. Handed off to James Cook. Cook plows his way, jab stepping left and right between the hash marks, crosses the 40, and is tackled down at the 42-yard line by Byron Young, the defensive end. McClendon blocking on that side for the Dogs, leading the charge for Cook, who picks up 5 yards, or 4 yards rather, to the 42.
Power football right there. Dogs going to keep their entire playbook at their disposal right now. They're not shutting it down, but definitely will take their time.
Cook, our leading rusher tonight, 75 yards on 5 carries and a long run of 67. Here's Zamir White running with some authority. He started on an angle to the right and cut back to the left and ran through a crimson jersey to the 49-yard line. He got the best of Kool-Aid McKinstry that time on the contact. To the 49 he goes, a gain of 7. It was Anderson that had to stop him after Zeus ran through some Kool-Aid.
Clock stops temporarily there with the first down. Dogs right back up to the line of scrimmage, though.
Just a little more than half the field to work with now. We're on our own 49, 1st and 10. Clock at 6 minutes and counting in the ball game. Hand it to Zeus. He switches hands after he got the ball and put it in his right arm. And he'll cross midfield and into Alabama territory. Stopped at the 46 by Henry To'o, the junior linebacker, the transfer from Tennessee.
A good block there by Fitzpatrick. Alabama got away with the hands to the face. Figure I'll just call all those out since they keep calling us.
As well you should. They got 4 yards on Zeus's carry. 2nd down and 6 for the Dogs. Well, we're trying to gain some yards and eat some clock with a 1-point lead. Van Brand, the center, with his right hand on the ball, snaps it back to Bennett. Hand off Zeus. Big hole at left guard. And Zeus hits it hard and runs again with some authority. Covers the ball with both arms and down inside the 40 to the 39. Jordan Battle, the safety, on the tackle. And Justin Schaefer with a block for the Bulldogs at left guard. And Alabama has a player shaken up, and that is Mathis, their big defensive end.
For a huge run right there by Zamir White. Massive block by Justin Schaefer as well. It was actually his hustle. He was going down and landed on the injured Alabama player, Mathis.
Let's check in with DJ Shockley on the Cooks Pest Control sideline. Shock.
Yeah, fella, I was going to say before this drive started, we've seen this show before at the end of a ball game where we needed to finish off a ball club. Go all the way back to week 1 when we was in Charlotte for the Clemson game and we had to salt the ball game away and put it away. This is that exact moment, and these are the moments that Kirby talked about at halftime, championship moments, and they put it on the championship line of scrimmage up front with the offensive line.
Yeah, Shock, I think the phrase you used, that he used in the locker room, you told us was, do you want to be legendary? And this is that moment where Georgia can achieve that legendary status if they can finish the game here in the last 5 minutes and 13 seconds. I think, did TV jump into a timeout, or they're still with an injured player? They finally get him up and are escorting him off the field for Darian Mathis, the senior from Louisiana. And he's holding his right shoulder. And they are kind of slowly and gingerly walking him into the medical tent over on the Alabama sideline. Alabama lost its other primary receiver in the first half tonight. Jameson Williams was gone. They lost Mechie in the SEC championship game against Georgia for the rest of the year. So they're without their top 2 receiving targets. And they trail Georgia 19-18. Clock starts now. We're under 5 minutes to go. Dogs ball on the Alabama 39. 1st and 10. Bennett to throw. Far sideline. One-on-one coverage. Ball just barely lands in between 2 Alabama defenders. There's a flag down. Trying to go to Pickens on the far sideline. And Kool-Aid McKinstry was holding or interfering.
Interference. Defense. Number 1. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And George Pickens helped draw some attention to that, Z, as he couldn't proceed forward towards the end zone. And the ball landed over his head as another Alabama defender was closing in on it. But an interference penalty on the defense will put the ball on the Alabama 24 for the Bulldogs.
Good aggressive call there by Todd Monken as well. Alabama, after getting gashed on a couple of runs, they load the box up. They go man-to-man on the outside. And when you've got George Pickens out there, give him a shot.
1st and 10, Dogs on the Bama 24. Moving to our right. Handoff Zamir White. White runs in there behind a pulling block from the right tackle, McClendon. They're still moving the pile. And all the way down to the 15, although the line judge is whistling it at the 17-yard line, the pile ended up at the 15-yard line. I believe they're going to spot it back a couple of yards, though. A nice run by Zamir White and the rest of the offensive line that got into that pile to push Alabama back.
Boy, good block there by Fitzpatrick again as well.
Line of scrimmage is the 17, a 7-yard gain for Zeus. Second down and 3 for the Dogs on the Alabama 17-yard line. Dogs are in the Massey Ferguson red zone again with a second down coming up, 4:10 remaining in the game. Georgia by 1 point, 19-18. Snap back to Bennett, and a whistle blows, and Georgia will call a timeout.
Timeout. Georgia, their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Georgia didn't like that look. I think we had some formation issues as well. Good, smart timeout. We're in a position here to get a first down, continue to run some time off the clock, and the Dogs, make no mistake, want to find pay dirt. We've been in this situation too many times. You can't leave anything to chance against the national champions.
Well, certainly no one is leaving Lucas Oil Stadium. It's going to be a madhouse after this game is over. Just 4:05 remaining, and 70,000 plus are still in their seats. Let's take a look at the Ag Georgia, Southwest Georgia, and Ag South Farm Credit fourth quarter recap. Loans for land and farms. 3 scores in the fourth quarter thus far. Alabama has a 21-yard field goal and a 3-yard touchdown throw to Latu from Bryce Young. And Georgia's score was a 40-yard strike from Bennett to A.D. Mitchell, and that gave the Dogs the lead, 19-18. That's where we are right now with 4:05 remaining. Dogs are in the Bama red zone. We toss it to Cook to the right. Breaks one tackle, stiff arms a man at the 16. He'll go down around the 14-yard line. He broke away from Dallas Turner, and DeMarco Helms, the free safety, finally got him on the ground just inside the 15 as Cook tried to pick up speed running to the right side of the field.
Yeah, had his ankle clipped just a little bit that slowed him down ever so slightly.
Third and less than a yard. Dogs are going to line up in a hurry from the 15. Play fake to Cook. Throw it out to the left side. Bowers makes the catch at the 15. He's going to score, but a flag is down. Flag down back at the 20. Bowers scored on the play, but we got to check the flag again. Bowers on the left side caught it around the 16 and just had a path right down into the end zone for a score. The officials are talking about it. There's a flag at the 21.
Looks like it's going against Alabama, though, I think.
The referee is talking with Kirby Smart.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 9. Defense. The result of the play is a touchdown. That 15-yard penalty will be carried over to the ensuing kickoff.
Dwayne Haight out of the ACC with the touchdown call for Georgia. 15 yards on the scoring strike from Bennett to Brock Bowers. Bowers' 4th catch of the night. That's his first time in the end zone. And it puts Georgia up by 7 with the extra point to come to make it 8.
Boy, what a play call by Coach Monken. You know Alabama's selling out. We slip Bowers just out into the flat, little play action.
Extra point try. The snap to Camarda. Places it down, and Jack Podlesny boots it up through the uprights. Good. It's 26-18. Dogs are 3 minutes and 33 seconds away from Shangri-La. They lead by 8 points. Oh, can they hang on?
Well, there's just way too much time on this clock. But again, you've got a once-in-a-lifetime defense at your disposal. Now's the time they have to show up.
Looking at a replay of that last touchdown, Z, Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint. I mean, this is what it takes a lot of times when you score on a pass play, downfield blocking. And Rosemy Jack Saint held his block long enough and pushed him out of the way and allowed Bowers to get in the end zone on the 15-yard play. It was a 7-play, 62-yard drive, 3 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. And Stetson Bennett with a second TD throw of the night, the first TD reception for Brock Bowers, who has the Georgia record for touchdown receptions in a season already, and he adds one to the count. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. So the Dogs got into the Massey Ferguson red zone and converted to take their largest lead of the game. It's at 8 points. And Alabama about to get the ball back. And the 15-yard penalty puts the ball at midfield for Georgia's kickoff. And Camarda will just send it through the uprights, high in the air. And over the back line of the end zone, well into the seats behind the goalposts.
What a drive right there by the Georgia offense. It started on the ground, a couple of big gashing runs. And then once you get Alabama loaded up and in the box, we took a couple of shots downfield. Definitely kept the pedal down.
Georgia 26, Alabama 18. 3:33 to go in the game. Here we go. Alabama on the 25-yard line. Their own 25. Moving to our left. They send Robinson out of the backfield, motion to the right. Bryce Young dumps it over the middle. It's caught on a crossing route from left to right by Holden. He's clobbered right around the 29 or 30-yard line by Quay Walker.
Dogs satisfied with that all day. Played cover 2. Not any kind of prevent. Didn't bring pressure there, though.
Got 4.5. Ball just shy of their 30. Second down for Alabama. They snap it right, quick throw out to the right side this time. And caught at the 29. And we uncork on Brooks at the 31-yard line. You can hear the pads up here. Nakobe Dean and William Poole with the contact by the Georgia defense. It's third down, Alabama. 3rd and 4 at the 31.
And that clock is continuing to tick as well. 2:45, 2:44.
Alabama's got a full allotment of timeouts remaining. They bring him in motion and then send him back the other way. Shotgun snap on the far hash to Young. Backpedaling, throws it over the middle. It's caught at the 35. And we trip him up at the 40. And there's Brian Robinson, the running back, falling forward for another 3 yards after the initial contact. Tackle made by Christopher Smith. But that gives Alabama a big first down between the hash marks up to the 43-yard line. And a gain of a dozen.
A little angle route out of the backfield. Good tackle there by Christopher Smith.
Clock at 2:18, 2:17 now. Continues to move. Alabama getting close to midfield. They ride it with Robinson. And Robinson will run into a brick wall on the left side at the near hash, led by Jalen Carter. And then the rest of his defensive line mates join the fray and push Robinson back in the opposite direction. Well, they generous with the forward progress up to the 44-yard line. Give him a yard on that. Second down, it looked like less than that, like he got hit behind the line, but here we go. Second down and 9 for Alabama. From their own 44, they're moving to our left. Here are the final minutes of the national championship game. Young forced out of the pocket, rolls to the right, connects with the tight end, Latu. Running in that same direction towards the Alabama sideline, catches it in Georgia territory. We get him down just by the legs, Quay Walker. Enough on the tackle to make him stumble at the 44-yard line. Nice 13-yard pickup for Alabama.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Quay Walker. You keep Alabama inbounds.
First down tied. Young wants to go deep, and a battle for the ball. Broken up in a double team down around the 15, trying to go to Brooks. Down around the numbers, deep downfield. Kendrick and Smith, one of them almost intercepted it. They may have fought each other to knock it away. Ball bounced off a hand in that crowd somewhere and landed on the ground incomplete.
First time on this drive that the Dogs brought pressure. Man-to-man, man-free on the outside, which is what allowed our safety to come over the top there and help get that ball knocked away.
Yes, Smith with a nice play from his safety spot. Kendrick was in the man-to-man coverage. Second down and 10. Ball on the Georgia 44. Minute 14 remaining. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Young uncorks one from the 47 of Georgia. Throws a deep ball off the hands and incomplete. Far sideline inside the 10. Brooks couldn't hang on. Would have been huge for Alabama. But the pass is incomplete.
Well, once again, Kendrick just fantastic in coverage, hip to hip with Brooks on that. That ball can't be thrown any better. Goodness gracious.
Brooks stretching out his right hand, hit him in the forearm, but he couldn't bring it in with his hands. Third down and 10, Alabama. 69 seconds to play in the game. 26-18 Georgia. Man in motion to the near side, then they reverse it with Billingsley back to the right. Snap to to Young. Drops back. Pressure from the edges. He throws near sideline. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes. 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Near sideline. Breaks the tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Georgia. 54 seconds to go. Keely Ringo with about a 75-yard return. No flags. 32-18. Let the celebration begin. 54 seconds to play.
And the Dog Nation has erupted. The coach's booth right next to us. Everybody is standing up.
What an exclamation point by a defense that's played outstanding all night long. Wow.
And what an answer for this defense as well. Got shredded in the SEC championship game. To come back and put this kind of performance up and to end it like that, it is only fitting. One of the best defenses I've ever seen in my life hammers this one home.
Keely Ringo, the point after by Podlesny is good, and it's 33-18. Bulldogs on top with 54 seconds to go in the national championship. Ringo's second pick of the year, 79 yards officially on the pick six. In Alabama, a Ringo ate your baby.
Boy, and the blocking of the Georgia defense after that interception. Ringo takes off and just had a convoy of white jerseys out in front of him.
Yeah, looking at a replay, Dan Jackson with a block or some sort of a collision with the Jai Hall for Alabama to prevent a tackle from being made inside the 10-yard line. Wow. Play for the ages. Keely Ringo, 79 yards on the interception return in the pick six. The Dogs are 54 seconds away from it.
Boy, they're panning the cameras to a number of the coaches' wives. Tears are flowing.
Here's the kick by Camarda. Moves it into the end zone again. Alabama about to be dethroned. And Georgia about to be anointed. Got a player on the field on the kick into the end zone. Looks like Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint grabbing at his right hamstring. Still on the turf. And Georgia's training staff will get out to tend to him at the 25-yard line.
Boy, the Dog Nation ready just to erupt right now. You can just feel it.
This might be the longest 54 seconds we ever have to experience. Get it to 0. 33-18. How appropriate is it that a defensive play is the final nail in the coffin for Alabama?
Yeah, and it's the way that the season started for the Dogs. A defensive play seals the victory against Clemson. And then we get to the biggest of all games.
Christopher Smith with that interception against Clemson. Dogs win it 10-3. And Jay, what did you tell me? 7th non-offensive touchdown. See, do you know what our record is? When we score non-offensive touchdowns.
Can't say it right now. This game is not over.
It's pretty darn good. 22-1 when we have non-offensive points. It's about to be 22-1. Or is it, you said 22 or 21? 21. Okay, it's about to be 22-1. All right, Alabama's going to snap it at the 25. They got 54 seconds to play, but Georgia's up 2 scores. They dump it out to Robinson on the left side, and we're going to hit the back at the 23 on this near sideline. Quay Walker and then Jalen Carter was over there. And it's going to be a loss on the play. Alabama will call a time, 46 seconds to go.
That's a 6th tackle for loss for the Dogs today. That defensive front redeemed themselves after the loss in the SEC championship game.
Please reset the game clock. to 48 seconds. 4-8.
Alabama stops the clock. Alabama fans headed back to the hotels and out into the frigid air here in Indianapolis. Georgia's not going anywhere for a long time. They just may take over this downtown area in a matter of moments. 33-18, Georgia. Keely Ringo, 79-yard interception return to seal it for the Bulldogs. Second and 12, Alabama on their own 23. Snap back to Young. Throws near sideline, leaping in the air, making the catch is Brooks with Ringo defending, and he stepped out of bounds, standing up. We never got him on the turf. They spotted at the 43-yard line. Ringo pushed him out of bounds just barely. He got a foot out. Kept going, but they whistled it dead.
Dogs now straight prevent defense.
43 seconds remaining. It's a first down for Alabama up on the 43. Bama trying to work their way down with not much time and too far behind. They hit Brooks again. This time he backs his way into the sideline on the Georgia sideline around the Bulldogs 46-yard line. Out of bounds there. Clock stops with 39 seconds to go. 33-18 is our score. Georgia with a 15-point lead.
Well thrown football, just a fade stop from Bryce Young to Brooks over on the sideline. Dogs continuing to press. Out of the prevent defense now.
Alabama first and 10 on the Georgia 46. Moving to our left on the near hash. Snap back to Young. Drops back, looks. We crawl towards him. Then we plow through him. Wow, what a hit. He throws an incomplete pass down the hash. Trayvon Walker. He got everybody's money's worth on that lick.
Kirby Smart wants an intentional grounding. There wasn't a receiver in sight. He's right.
He just winged it right down the field.
Threw it from right in the pocket. The refs are actually talking about it right now. They may drop the flag if they don't.
There we go. They dropped it. You're right. They dropped the flag after a discussion. Remember when penalties used to be called during the play?
Intentional grounding. Offense.
I remember those days.
Loss of down at the spot of the foul. Second down.
We'll take it.
The penalty carries a loss of down. Alabama has elected to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. Timeout.
Well, that one hurts Alabama in a lot of ways.
Well, the Tide refusing to go down without a fight here with 34 seconds remaining and down 15 points in the national championship game. At the half, it was a battle of field goals and a lot of defense. Alabama had a 9-6 lead. And then in the third, the Dogs went ahead with the first touchdown of the game on a Zamir White 1-yard run to make it 13-9. Alabama closed it to a point with a 21-yard field goal to make it 13-12. Then took the lead in the fourth quarter. 3-yard touchdown pass to Latu, the tight end, after a